Well, everything is deteriorating deteriorating, also known as becoming progressively worse.
Deteriorating.
Oh my gosh. Cue the fire. Even me trying to say it was I'm not going to do it. Forget it. But cue the fire, and thank goodness I was a business teacher, not an English teacher. But you guys are burnt out, and I can see why, and I'm going to show you. So there's not going to be anything happy in this video. So if you're coming looking for happiness, you've probably come to the wrong place. But I know, CPI, oh my gosh, did you see it? We have a red hot economy. I'm going to break this down for you, and it's going to be completely opposite of what the mainstream media, what the Fed, the 400 PhDs, because if CPI is up, that means our economy. But imagine if it wasn't. You know that thing, causation, correlation, and they just, you just like, well, it just has to be what it is. Well, we're going to look at that, and then I'm going to look at Japan and a whole bunch of other things. I mean, personally, this looks like they are very happy. Look at this. Everything's great. Great. I cannot stand that. Hold on. And let me, boop. I know, I even pay for you when you guys send me pop-ups. Bloomberg, workout worker. Are you guys done? We're February. You don't work out anymore. Like, January was a good month. I got swole, skinny. Now we're back to being me. Worker burnout is even worser than at the peak of the word I probably still can't say because of the YouTubes. But you guys are burnt out. What are you going to do? Oh, I know. Well, that would be economic unrest. That's coming to a city near you. Well, unless you're already in a city, and then you're just like, get me the frack out of here. Economic unrest, layoff fears, that's coming. Oh, this is going to be beautiful. Layoff fears and more stringent return to office policies. How dare you make me go into the office, are unsettling white-collar employees globally. I love always just showing you this for like just 5 seconds to go, oh yeah, you're right, where it's like they tell you to do all this, and they're like, they throw balloons, and it's a clown show, and you have to pay $319,000 in your taxes, and your income from over the last 27 years has gone up. Look at this right there. It's right there. It's gone up a whole from 37,000. I'm just rounding up to 37,000. But cost everything just keeps going up, CPI or not. The truth is, you're not surviving. It's a system of a boiling water, and you are said frog. They just sit here and go, oh, look over here, look over there. But no, it's sorry. And then everyone's like, well, it's the Fed, it's this, it's that. And then I even like dig deep into the Fed and how it all works. And you're like, well, it's Fed go burr. That's why we have inflation. And then I'm like, okay, show me where Fed go burr. Explain to me how the whole debt-based system works of money, right? Oh, I'm sorry. Have you received a paycheck from the Fed recently? No, you have not. Money is created in the banking system. It's debt. You walk into a bank that has nothing in it and you say, I want a loan for $1 quadrillion. They cut you a check. Poof, 1 quadrillion created right out of thin air. And then for some reason, when the Fed goes, we're going to raise our overnight where banks can lend to each other, we're going to raise that. Oh, that'll fix everything. I mean, banks don't even have reserve requirements that they don't even care. And then if you yell at me and you're like, look at the Fed's balance sheet, well, that's your fault. That would be the bond market that ends up onto their little market. And actually, their little market doesn't even end into your big market. It's just how it is. The government says, hey, anyone want to buy a bond? And does the Fed come in? No, they don't. Even though you're like, yes, they do. No, they don't. They use your money at your deposits at your bank. And they're like, yeah, we'll buy one of those bonds. Ta-da! So it's actually you who buys the bond. Oh, joke's on you. You don't get that interest, do you? That's why I keep telling you, hey, a 1 year is at 5%. Take the money before they do. But then they move your deposit onto their balance sheet with a bond, because that's all banks do. They buy bonds, they buy those mortgage-backed sausages, securities, or they do loans. They do 3 things. That's it. And then it goes over to the Fed, it rolls off back to the Treasury. And now, if you're wondering why I have this chart up here from Japan, CPI, red hot, right? Look at this. Oh my goodness. Japan, CPI just going through the roof. Okay, they're in the toilet. So riddle me this, Batman. Their economy, everything, toilet bowl, GDP, stock market, all of the set above, CPI. But even with me showing you all this macro and how this all works, does it help you? Probably not. But it's okay, because you come, you subscribe, and you're like, at least I would like to learn how this actually works. And then what would help you? Start a business, trade equities. Oh, and don't ever get a divorce because you're going to lose half of it. So that's another good way to protect your wealth. So here's Japan. Japan, they forecasted a 2%. They expanded 0%. I mean, this is at the same time. China's opening up. Everything should be great. I'm sorry. Also, if you're like, it's just Japan, isn't that like a tiny little island? Yeah, that would be the third largest economy. Okay. Japan GDP slows to 1% in 2022 on weaker export growth. Let me get this right. CPI goes through the roof. Inflation. But yet everything's falling apart. Well, maybe their Fed should go burr and solve this and do all the things that they tell us that everything goes on but really doesn't. And also, I am so sorry. I have no dog in this fight. I'm just, and I could be wrong. All right, let me just throw that out on the table. I've been wrong a lot in my life. I could be wrong. I'm just telling you my due diligence, my research, and how all of this works. And hey, look at that. It's completely opposite of what you would get anywhere else. But also, I come warning you that we are just copying these guys. Like our systems, and that's why I went right back to what's going to happen in 5 years, 3 years. It's going to be bad. And that's why I come on the show, and I'm like, the only thing that's going to save you is make plastic junk, sell it on Amazon, start a business. I don't care what you want to sell. Side hustles, and those are usually not passive income, but start a side hustle, have someone else do it, and then they're your passive income. That's kind of how the system works. But look, from the most untrusted news in business, CNN, Japan's workers haven't had a raise in 30 years. CPI booming. Companies are under pressure to pay up, which actually and you're like, but we're not Japan. No, you're the same thing. Look, 37,000, 27 years. And that is because you were in a debt-based system and there's only so many chairs, and every day they remove a chair. It's musical chairs. That's why I make sure that I have a property that has a food source, a water source, out of a city, out of everything, because when this shat show goes down, I don't want to be around. Well, I don't want to be around crazy people that are entitled, and then they're going to say, hey, give me your stuff, right? Oh, look, CPI, a house went from 100,000 to 800,000. Your income, see? Correlation, causation. But I will tell you what will happen to you if you do nothing. So that's why I always say, start a business, have a course on it if you're interested. If not, that's okay. Again, no dog in this fight. I do as I do, and I tell you what I do, and then I do it. And then you say, oh, I don't know if I trust you. It's your hair. I don't know. It's still out on this cat. Your savings, $182. How much do you owe? How much do you owe? Let's come up right here. Well, since you have a job, which actually most people don't even pay federal tax. It's unbelievable. Well, then I'm just like, well, I'm just doing this. You owe $319,000 on top of what you already owe. Huh? You see how everything's wrong? That is because they keep making bonds. Okay, it goes all the way back to Treasury makes a bond. Here's a $100 bond. Anyone want it? Sure, we'll use Jim's money in his bank account to buy that bond, right? And then it goes to the Fed, and then it rolls off, and then it goes back to the Treasury. But the problem when you do that, it's created with interest. See, I get 5% because I have a 1-year bond. Now the question is, who is going to pay that 5%? To me, you are. So it is a system that is going to fail. You're just watching it. They're just sending out balloons and doing all the things like, oh, we have a circus over here. You want to come to the circus? No? You want a bread line? Which one? It's all fun and games. And the rich understand it. Let me say this again. The rich understand how this entire system works, this debt-based system. And then we teach our kids. And then you come to my channel and I teach you, which you're not my kid, but you can teach your kids. And I've learned and I've taught you how to do it, how to leverage it, how to do all this kind of stuff. I mean, unless you're super lazy, then you're probably not going to do it. But I try my best every single day. Do I have to come here? I don't. I could be on an island sipping a margarita for the rest of my life, doing whatever I want to do. But actually, that's kind of boring. Sorry. Well, I guess it's the teacher in me and the trader in me, the video game player. That's why I'll get to that. I'll do a little trade because I love video games. I just want video games that I can make money at, right? Or make something that I could have digits and then buy junk. Japan economy. Here we go. Deteriorating. Nope. Screwed the pooch on that one again. That is another word I am not allowed to say. So we got nuclear, which that makes no sense in my brain, and deteriorating. At an unprecedented scale. Yep. There we go. Yay! But inflation's out of control. But remember, kids, this is what you do. So just let's take what they teach you in school, which I didn't. I was one of the only ones that didn't. I always told my students, don't save your money. Don't go to college. Don't do anything that everyone tells you to do. Do the complete opposite. I know you're probably so frustrated right now and you're like, Bravo, why would you do that? The safe bet is go to college, get a degree, pay taxes, maybe even be a doctor. Then you get to lose more than half of your income and you're in school your entire life. In the end, you're like, wow, what happened to my entire life? And then I say, well, maybe you should have started a business. And also looking at the Nikkei, which, hey, kids, buy and hold. Go to college, get into debt, start a business. No, you can't. You can't do that. If you were to have held, right? We're going back to the 80s, right? Buy and hold, everyone. It always works every single time. Third largest economy. Okay. How's that working for you? Well, I would probably prefer to learn how to trade something like this. I mean, they are still underwater. Since if you were buying and holding since, the early 80s, mid 80s, still underwater. You haven't even broken even. Maybe, could be close. But I mean, looking at this, just right. Oh, I see a Head and Shoulders there. Play it down. Make money. Also, take advantage of whatever Valentine's Day special or whatever offer I'm in the description. This would be tradable if you were to trade it using my bear market course. I guess you could swing trade it. On this one, just to let you know, the goodness is, hey, everyone from Japan, that's a bull flag. So congratulations. Just please take profit this time. Well, actually, you're not going to be taking profit. You're actually probably going to be breaking even. But because of inflation, there is no way forever. So get ready to get out after that flag plays out. This is actually another play right there. That was a price target right there. So that's it. You probably have maybe some more room to the upside. Regardless, CPI, GDP, I don't care. Trade the charts that are in front of your face. Do not listen to me. Do not listen to the macro. Do not listen to the news. Learn how to do this stuff. And thank you so much for trusting me. And I will see you tomorrow.